Hi guys, so yesterday I posted a video saying I was looking out for something connected with the UK, possibly the pound coin happening on the 17th, which appears to be depicted here. There may be something. Iran signing an oil deal with the UK. Iranian state TV is reporting that the country has signed an agreement with the British consortium to develop an oil field, just as another major company, Francis Total, says it will withdraw from Iran because of renewed US sanctions. The project would entail the investment of $1 billion to produce 200,000 barrels of crude oil per day during the next decade in the 55-year-old Karanj oil field, which currently produces 120,000 barrels a day. Significant. That's going to bring a lot of money for Iran, and it's going to bring a lot of money for the UK, and that could possibly be what this pound coin is referencing. It may not be, but as I said, considering the 3rd, the 12th, the 15th, and the 17th have had connections with the volcano, I figured that the 17 must also have a connection with the pound coin, considering the proximity, their proximity to each other. And it may be that on the 17th, Iran and the UK signed a deal to develop an oil field, and that just brings me on to the next report, which is the EU is to start Iran's sanctions blocking law process on Friday, which is today. So basically, the European Commission is looking to activate a law that bans European countries from complying with US sanctions against Iran and does not recognize any court rulings that enforce American penalties. So no matter what international court tries to enforce the American penalties for dealing with Iran under these sanctions, this blocking law would allow the companies to proceed with their transactions with Iran, thereby kind of nullifying, not completely, but taking a lot of the sting out of the sanctions that will be imposed upon Iran. And obviously, if the threat of sanctions is no longer viable, then the other option is a military intervention, which is what we are looking for coming soon, sometime. That just leads me on to this bit here, which is what I think what the war is really about, what it's always really about. Resources, strategic locations, and oil. So Iran, under a renewed threat of US sanctions returning 2 months ago, decided to switch using the greenback as a currency in its imports and banned all traders from using USD, that's the United States dollar. So it's clear that 2 months ago, Iran stopped trading oil in the dollar, and shortly afterwards, we have the withdrawal from the Iran nuclear deal, various attacks on Iranian locations in Syria by Israel, and it could be that we're having a repeat of the Saddam Hussein situation. Weapons of mass destruction, we need to go in, we need to stop them, we need to attack, when really the whole issue is about oil and countries deciding not to use the dollar anymore. And then you've got that being kind of a worse situation than it was with Iraq and Saddam Hussein, because you've got the EU looking to block out sanctions or block out the sanctions from affecting the companies from the European Union. And you've also got the UK signing a deal with Iran to develop oil fields, or at least one oil field, which is obviously going to bring both countries a lot of money. So there's a lot of indications here that the dollar is losing its power. As I said before, the fall of the market this year by 666 was a harbinger for things to come. The Economist magazine, with the new currency in 2018, may be another indication as to what is to come in relation to the stock market. The price of oil is climbing. At the moment, I believe it's $80 per barrel, and that hasn't reversed itself yet. That's the highest it's been since 2014, and the potential for it to increase all the way up to $100 per barrel is right there. The potential is right there. So if that happens and the price of oil in US dollars keeps going up, then demand for that oil is going to reduce as well as the price going up. That's obviously going to affect the economy. The stock market will be affected. A lot of things would, fall in after that. And one of the things I think may be indicating that particular scenario is this one here, this scene here we have in the iPad Go 2 video, which is the scene with the oil kind of dripping slowly, and that could be an indication as to the reduction in demand because of the increase in price. And as we know, China is right there ready for countries to start trading in the yuan rather than the dollar, and United States allies like Saudi Arabia, who sell a lot of oil to China, would be one of the prime targets for switching over to the yuan. And obviously, if that happens, then the dollar's just going to crash. So whether the 17 in the LC scene is indicating what I think it may be, which is the UK-Iranian oil deal that's just been signed yesterday on the 17th, I don't know, but I thought I'd just point it out. Today's the 18th, and tomorrow is the 19th. We have the royal wedding tomorrow. So again, all eyes open, looking out for any news that's going on. Obviously today there's also been a school shooting. I think it's nine students and one teacher that have died in that shooting. You know, another sad occasion. Just really don't know what to say. Just kind of prayers for those people that have passed away, and obviously that's obviously going to reignite the gun debate. So maybe some more marches on that side of thing scheduled. And then we've got the 21st, the 22nd, and the 23rd. So all those days are coming up within the next 5 days. So less than a week to wait and see if anything happens. Today's the 18th, a day that is, you know, heavily indicated maybe in this video. So right now it is 7:15 in the evening over here in the UK on the 18th of May, which would mean there's still quite a few hours to go in other countries around the world that are behind the GMT time zone. So I'll wait and I'll see and I'll update if there's anything that you need to know. Apart from that, you guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and God bless.